Hello and welcome to the lecture on vertebrates. Classification of animals. We know that there are 6 kingdoms. There is archaebacteria, eubacteria, protists, fungi, plants, which we have all covered, and now we're going into animals. Scientists have divided the animal kingdom into 2 main groups. These are the vertebrates, which are animals with a backbone, and invertebrates, which are animals without a backbone. And today we're going to be talking about the vertebrates, the animals with a backbone. Vertebrates and animals with backbones can be divided into 5 more groups, and you are intimately familiar with these 5 groups. They are the mammals, which is you and I, bears, cats, dogs, birds, robins, pheasants, turkeys, chickens, reptiles, snakes, amphibians, frogs, and fish. Here are some pictures of some invertebrates. If you notice, there are butterflies, starfish, squid, anemone, insects, and cnidarias. And these are animals without a backbone. Vertebrates. Again, these are animals with a backbone, so that means that they will leave a skeleton. These are things that we can trace back in ancestral times. First thing we are going to talk about is mammals. Mammals give birth to live young, just like us. Our babies are alive when they're born. They feed their babies with their own milk. They have mammary glands. They are more or less covered with hair. And they are warm-blooded, meaning that we can maintain the temperature of our bodies internally and don't need to move around to sun and shade to cool or heat our bodies. Second group is birds, or aviary. These have feathers. They lay eggs, and they are warm-blooded. Again, they can maintain their own internal temperature. They don't need to go in the light to gain heat and go into the shade to gain cold. In addition to that, you need to know that their bones are rather light. This helps them in being able to fly. Next one, reptiles. Not my personal favorite, and it includes snakes. These are cold-blooded, meaning that they need to sun themselves in order to stay warm, and they need to go into the shade when they get too hot. They lay eggs. They have a dry skin covered with scales. Despite what we think, reptiles and snakes are very dry and scaly. Now we get to the amphibians. So what's the difference between an amphibian and a reptile? Well, an amphibian is also cold-blooded. They also lay eggs. But amphibians have a smooth, moist skin. And amphibians are able to live on land as well as in the water, whereas reptiles live on land. Fish. Fish are cold-blooded. They lay eggs, but some do give birth to live young. There is actually guppies will give birth to live young. You have to then separate the male from the female, otherwise the male will eat all the new little guppies. They have a moist skin, and they're covered in scales. And they breathe through their gills. Now we're going to play What Am I? Mammal, bird, fish, amphibian, or reptile. This is a squirrel. What is a squirrel? It's a mammal. It's got a warm and furry body, feeds my babies on milk, and give birth to live young. Okay, this is a mountain lion. I'm a mammal. My body is covered in hair or fur, feed my babies with milk, and give birth to live young. A frog. I am an amphibian. My body is moist and smooth. I lay eggs. I like to live in or near to water. I hope you get this one right. It's a bird. My body is warm and covered with feathers. I lay eggs which hatch out into chicks. This one's kind of tough. This is a bat, and bats are mammals. They are covered in hair. They feed their babies milk. They don't lay eggs. And they have wings. An elephant. Believe it or not, they are a mammal. If you stand very close to them, you will see that they have hairs on their body, give live birth, and have milk for their babies. A reptile. My body is covered in dry scales and I lay eggs. I hope you get this one too. It's a bird. My body is warm and covered with feathers. I lay eggs which hatch out into chicks. And this one, a fish. A tortoise. Reptile. A salamander. An amphibian. A deer. A mammal. A snake. My least favorite, which is a reptile. And this thing with fins and gills, hopefully you will get again. It is a fish. And that is the end. I will see you again when we talk more about animals.